Hi everyone! So today I want to introduce you to these tools called stitch markers. You're probably here because you're embarking on your first project that's knit in the round, either our Seed Stitch Cowl or our winter hat. So stitch markers are a great way to mark your place in your knitting. In their simplest form, they are rings such as these, and you just pop them onto your needle and continue knitting along. When you come to them, you pass them from your left needle to your right and just keep moving along. Patterns that rely on stitch markers as part of the decrease process or have a element of using them to distinguish different sections of your knitting will tell you when to place them in your knitting. So if you've gotten one of our kits, the stitch marker that probably came with it is one of these jumbo stitch markers from Coco Knits. Again, they're just simple rings. They come in different colors. They also come in different sizes if you're knitting a smaller project later on and would like to buy your own. The other styles of stitch markers that I find really useful are these removable ones. These are also from Coco Knits. And they're a great way to mark mistakes so you know when to fix them when you come back around to that stitch. You just pop them on and pop them back off when you're done with them. They're also a really great way to secure a stitch if you've dropped one and hadn't noticed for a bit. Oops. You just pop it onto the end of your stitch to secure it so it won't ladder down any further. And once you've secured it back onto your needle, you pop it off. And there you go. Another popular style of stitch marker are these lockable ones. They work the same as the removable ones, except you can lock them onto your piece so they don't fall off as easily. They're basically just safety pins without the coil at the end, so it won't get caught in your knitting. Some other fun styles of stitch markers are they're a little bit more like jewelry. They have little beaded ones and more elaborate ring ones with beads on them. They're super fun and super useful. So I'm just going to quickly show you what to do when you come to a stitch marker. I'm going to knit along. I'm almost to my next marker. If you're knitting our winter hat, this will probably be familiar to you. So once I get to it, it's on my left needle. I'm just going to pop it onto my right needle. As you can see, it's not knitted into your work. The yarn is not going through that stitch marker at all. So every time you come to it, you just pass it onto your right needle. A handy tip is you'll see that here I've used a red marker to mark my beginning of round and my blue markers to mark equidistant through the rest of my knitting to mark my places where I should be decreasing, like in our winter hat. So there you have it. Different kinds of stitch markers, how to use them. Have fun. Happy knitting.